Hey students, welcome to another day. We're doing another part of the story that we're reading about refugees. This one is uh, the second part. It will probably be in the same Nearpod, so I'm going to have to do two Nearpods. Sorry, because the size, it's getting too big. Okay, so you have to do two of them, but everything should be in there. All right, so the first word that we have for today is constant. Constant. Constant means you might hear some random junkets from my kids, so ignore that. So constant means that it never stops. Oh, that's too fat. There we go. Never stops or quits. Okay. What is a constant source of happiness from you? A constant source of happiness for me is video games. Okay, this is mine. You'll get to do your own. Don't worry. Sometimes I don't like that. Okay, next word is, man, sometimes notebook pisses me off. All right, so next word is initially, which means at the beginning. Or start. What is something that was initially difficult for you, but is now easy? Something that was initially. Oh no, guys, I got the coronavirus. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. That was just a sneeze. I have allergies. Initially difficult for me, but is now easy was algebra. Yes. It takes practice and time. Failure to get better. Okay, so initially means the beginning. Okay, some words. I might define some words as we go through, but here's the coach right here. It's Coach McGraw, and those are his players. Okay. On this practice field in this small city of 36,000 people, the national political debate seems far removed. Black and white players mingle seamlessly. So mingle means basically they hang out. Okay? And seamlessly means that there's no division. Okay? So they're all just there. It's all about the game, getting better, and trying to repeat as champions, even though 9 starters have graduated. They don't see a color. They see this is how we win, McGraw said. They just haven't had enough time to learn discrimination. So discrimination is the act of treating someone different for superficial reasons. So basically, it's like you treat someone differently just because of their skin color. Lewiston's mayor, Robert McDonald, said several years ago that Somali immigrants should leave their culture at the door. But now that culture has become as much a part of Lewiston as the red brick walls of the 19th century mills that line the Androscoggin River. Not only is downtown Lisbon Street dotted with Somali shops, but Somali families in traditional garb are a constant presence in the city. Mothers and daughters wear their hijabs, Muslim head coverings, to watch soccer practices, and Somali food has become a staple at the snack shack that feeds hungry fans at the games. Tryouts have attracted 62 players, about 50 from refugee families. They included Mohammed Yunus, a 16-year-old junior who was born in a camp in Kenya. Yunus leaned against a fence as he waited to be called to the field. Sit beside the hockey rink where heavyweight boxing champ Muhammad Ali defeated Sonny Liston in 1965. Nearby twin spires reach southward from the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, a towering legacy of French-Canadian immigrants who long defined the ethnic character of the city. Now, Yana said, everybody is accepted here. McGraw has preached acceptance since Somali and other African boys began joining the team over the last decade. Initially, black and white players rarely sat together during practice. McGraw responded by placing black boys among whites, whites among blacks. I told them, this is how you have to be on a team. McGraw brings an old-school sensibility to his New World team. He's a native of Lewiston, played soccer in the University of Maine system, and blends a big heart with a touch of boot camp discipline. The boot camp discipline means like military-like. When one player arrived late for a run, McGraw shot him a look, followed by a comment that was half reprimand and half quip. You know what time we started? 5 minutes ago. Fix your sundial. Okay. So how did Coach McGraw create a culture of acceptance? So if we look over here and we look at what he's done right here, where it said, by placing boys among whites and blacks, this is how you have to be. So what he did is he forced the boys to mingle and sit together. Okay, that's what he did. He forced them to be together. Okay, that's really the only way to create that cohesion is to force them together, okay? All right, so here we go. How has the Somali culture become a part of Lewiston? Okay, so we're going to go up here, and we're going to read these two paragraphs. These are on the culture. Lewiston's Mayor Robert McDonald said several years ago that the Somali immigrants should leave their culture at the door. But now that culture has become as much a part of Lewiston as the red brick walls of the 19th century mills. Not only is downtown Lisbon dotted with Somali shops, but Somali families in traditional garb are a constant presence. Mothers and sisters wear hijabs. Okay, Somali Muslim coverings to watch soccer practices, and Somali food has become a staple at the snack shack. Okay, so we have food, clothing, and businesses. Okay, those are all evidence. How has the Somali culture become a part of Lewiston? Well, if it was me writing this answer, I would say they have become one of it because they have shops where clothes and have food in the snack bar. What did I say? They have become have become accepted Okay, and then the last part where it says the author states that McGraw blends a big heart. Would you want him as a coach? Me? Yes. Yes. It would be nice to have such a coach. But that's me, right? And I would say more, but we're done with this video, so take that. Blah. No. Really what it is like, it's just your opinion. So I need you to say yes or no and write why or why not, okay? So as long as you do that, you're good. Okay, we got two more parts, so you'll hear my voice then.